Zone. Igama lami ke nguSimangeli Sibongo ngwakachirwa kosukunikela namhlanje ke inkampani ke Richards Bay Industrial Development Zone kulindele ukuthi ke uthule ke ngokusemthethweni ke enye ke yezikampani ke eyakhiwa ngaphakathi ke kuyo ke inkampani Richards Bay Industrial Development Zone eyazwa ngokuthi ke Nyanz Metal nokulindele ke ukuthi ke idaleke amathuba ke omsebenzi kuzoke izakhamuzi ke zakhona ke Richards Bay kanjalo ke nje nakuso nje isifundazwe sakaZulu Natal. Phakathi ke kweyikhulu ke esilindele ukuthi ke zibe ingxenye yawo ke lomcimbi silindele yena ke ungqongqoshe wazoke wakhoke ewazoke ezokongiwa kwemvelo kanjalo ke nokuthuthukiswa komnotho wasoke isifundazwe sakaZulu Natal umnumzane uRavi kanjalo ke nazo ke izikhulu zayo ke inkampani iRichards Bay Industrial Development Zone kanti ke silindele nazo ke izikhulu zayo ke Nyanz Metal nokuyiyona ke inkampani ke ethulwa ngokusemthethweni ke osukwini lanamhlanje. Asibingelele Mr Zulu siphinde sikwamukeleke kulo uhlelo lethu iKZN News Talk. Mhlawumbe umbuzo wethu oqala nje ukuthi usibeke esithombeni ukuthi usuku lanamhlanje kungani libalekile kina nanokuthi usibeke esithombeni ukuthi nenzani namhlanje inkampani uRichards Bay Industrial Development Zone.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu simana kubabukeli. Usuku olubaleke kakhulu lo lukuthini ngoba usuku la silauncha khona one of the biggest projects that Rbidz has actually prioritized over a long period of time. The processes of engagement started as far back as 10 years ago. Today we are here, the construction is up and running for phase 1. So we are launching this very big project. It's a 4.5 billion project. So the purpose for today was to start a launch and also to make sure that we market the project domestically and globally.
Kungani Rbidz kubalekile ukuthi nibandakanye nenkampani efana njengayo le enithula namhlanje?
Uzokhumbula ukuthi phecelezi government has encouraged public-private sector partnerships because there is a lot of money in the world that we have, but if we are not strategic in accessing those funds by bringing in the private sector component, development becomes arrested. So kubalekile ke ukuthi now and again silande i-private sector, silande i-banking sector, there's no Rbidz okuyiwona or responsible for economic development and growth in the province and the country, but most importantly also to focus on projects that create jobs for our people. We have a double-sword challenge of high levels of unemployment. Our mandate is to make sure we do projects that inject economic growth, that create massive forms of employment.
Kanti ke ubaliphuze balekile ke magema mawubala udaba lokuthi ke kubalekile ukuthi ke kube khona ama projects akwazi ukudala amathuba omsebenzi. Uzobheka ukuthi ke izwe lethu laseNingizimu Afrika libhekene nengwadla yokuntuleka kwamathuba omsebenzi. Isifundazwe sesakazulu Natal siyazi ukuthi ke naso siyezinye ke zezifundazwe ehamba phambili mangabe kuza kukho ke ukuntuleka kwamathuba omsebenzi. Ngiyafisa ukubheka ukuthi ke ukuthula kwale nkampani nibheka amathuba amangakana nomsebenzi azokwazi ukuthi ke adaleke kuyo ke nje isifundazwe sesakazulu Natal.
Angithi nje ku phase 1 sibheke ukuthi kube khona at least 550 permanent jobs on phase 1. And now that excludes other supply chain business activities that will also create informal jobs. And my second phase as well will also be looking into other additional numbers because phase 2 as well increase the scale of work that needs to be done. So I can say without any fear of contradiction that this region will benefit in the area of job creation as part of our fundamental mandates as Rbidz.
Anti kuvezela ingiphuze ibalekile mawuthi region yethu izokwazi ukuthi ke benefit ke ngakho ukuthola okwezomthethweni kwayo le nkampani. Ngafisa ukubheka ukuthi masibheke ezomnotho ikakhulukazi ke zasozayo ke nje indawo yaseMhlathuze. Ucabanga ukuthi ke ingakanani indima ezodlalwa noma ezodlalwa ukufika noma ukuthulwa kwale nkampani ekutheni ngefukula umnotho wayo ke indawo yaseRichards Bay?
Well, this creates the opportunity for small medium enterprises in the area of supplying different materials that will be required by the project. You'll see that in the business value chain that has been presented in the business plan. For me, the most important part will be the jobs that will be created for the local people. We have adopted a very biased approach where we encourage that labor must not be imported. We want to take advantage of this project to make sure that local people, from a business perspective, from a job creation perspective, they benefit. So this is how the communities around this region will benefit on this project. And we all parties involved are within the same strategic line of thinking.
Emasikhathini esingakanani Mageba sibonile enye inhlangano ezinze khona la Richards Bay yazwa ukuthi ke North Coast Workers Forum imashela kuzo izindlu zenu noma ema-ofisini enu ikhombisa ukungajabuli ngendlela enemkhethe ngayo lokho ekubizwa phecelezi ngama subcontractors. Ngiyafisa ukubheka ukuthi mhlambe ni-IDZ nibona ukuthi le nkampani ishaya khona bangabe ithi anenzi kahle as a company when it comes to ukuthi nikhethe wona ama subcontractors kanjalo nasekudaleni ke nje wona amathuba omsebenzi eqinisekiseni ukuthi uma ngabe kuvela amathuba afana njengalawa anikezwe abantu abayizakhamuzi Richards Bay.
There are different stakeholders that are involved representing different community interests. So the forum we are referring to is one of the stakeholders. And we appreciate when different stakeholders have issues that they want to raise with us. We have an open door policy. We meet with them. We have established structures within IDZ. We have an MOA where we work with the local municipality and other interested parties, Transnet, Department of Labor. So we take those issues, we listen to them. But what is important from our side is to have an open, transparent process where everyone will have an opportunity with the criteria set to benefit. So we are working with them just like all other stakeholders, and we guide each other. They guide us, we guide them, and it's an open process. So there's nothing that is happening undercurrent. So we've met with them, we continue to meet with them. We'll continue to meet with all stakeholders who are having vested interest on projects like this ones and many other projects that IDZ is doing.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi mhlambe ilithuba lakho lokuthi baqinisekise ke abantu mhlambe noma sithi zakhamuza khona e-Richards Bay ukuthi ke ninkampani IDZ niyoqinisekisa ukuthi mangabe kuvela ke amathuba avelayo ngaphakathi kuyinkampani yenu niyoprioritize bona ke abantu abakhona la endaweni yase-Richards Bay.
Kunjalo nje njengoba sengishilo sima kunjalo nje kuma projects wonke esiwenzayo, not only this one esiyilontshayo, abantu base-Richards Bay in the region, they will benefit through job opportunities and business opportunities in all projects that we are doing as IDZ. That's the mandate we can't fail.
Okusho ukuthi Mageba ngasiqinisekisa ukuthi njengamanje njengoba sibona ukuthi construction iyaqhubeka, osomabhizinisi abasabancane abakhona kuyo le ndawo bakwazi ukuthi bathole ithuba lokuthi nabo babe ingxenye osomabhizinisi okuyibona ababhizi nokwakhiwa kwayo construction. Umbuzo wami ogcina.
That is the element that is within the procurement strategy that we have developed for all projects to make sure that local business people with the right requirements required for any particular phase of development benefit. So it forms part of our strategic focus in the procurement regime that we are doing. So that is correct.
Mhlawumbe umbuzo wokugcina nje Mageba ngiyafisa ukuchecka la ukuthi mhlawumbe ngena itholanisa esimeni la kukhona ama skills athile niwadingayo nathola ukuthi ke mhlawumbe mangabe nibheka kuyindawo yasenyakatho yasethu yeKwaZulu Natal la eNorth Coast mhlawumbe lawo mathuba lawo ma skills ayantuleka.
Yes, that is true. But what we are trying to do to deal with that challenge is to identify what capacities, what skills are required for what project at what phase, and then establish with our training component and a conducive environment to empower in advance local people with the necessary skills, so that at a particular phase of development, those people are ready to be employed and use the skills they have acquired to participate in the project. So that needs intervention, a very proactive intervention, and we're busy with that strategy right now to deal with that challenge. Thank you.
Clark, it is a great pleasure to have you on KZN News Talk. Maybe let's begin with the significance of this day.
Today, we get to launch the Nyanz Light Metals project. So there's great excitement in our team and in the community about the jobs that this will create going forward, but also unlocking the value of this region, because it's an investment that is using the minerals of this area of Umhlatuze to create value and export to the world.
It's an investment of 4.5 billion. How is it going to boost the economy of KwaZulu-Natal? But if we look in particular in the city of Umhlatuze.
Yes, 4.5 billion is one of the biggest investments that Umhlatuze has ever seen. So it will have a big impact, not only in terms of money, but with small businesses in the area that can supply goods to Nyanz going forward and supply services. It will also attract other overseas investors to come and group around Nyanz, because it's a specialized titanium dioxide that's needed in many things like paints, like soaps, like toothpaste, etc. So it's going to create spin-off jobs going forward.
What is the plan that you have in place to ensure that small businesses, particularly in the city of Umhlatuze, do benefit from the establishment of this nature?
Yes, well, we have a special enterprise development program that we started a few years ago, but that's getting more momentum now, that works with all of the small black business associations and even informal sector around Umhlatuze to see what skills are needed and to give them exposure and support to get the opportunities that come as these investments land. So we have an open door policy, there's a database, and we build programs with small black business.
We know that the entire country is faced with the issue or the dilemma of unemployment. And looking at this company that you are launching today, how is it going to assist in decreasing the numbers of unemployment?
Well, directly, there's direct and then there's indirect job creation. So directly, the building of this plant is going to lead to over 500 permanent jobs, and those are high-paying jobs. But in addition, there will be a range of new companies that will supply this company. So normally, the multiplier would be at least 8 times. So the 500 jobs that they create should lead to another 4,000 jobs in different industries that are supporting the main investor.
Why was it important for you as Richards Bay Industrial Development Zone to come into partnership with the company that you are launching today?
I think that they were looking for a place where you have world-class infrastructure and service. So especially big international investors, they want to know that power is secure, water supply is secure, telecommunications, the road infrastructure is all well managed. But in addition to that, as the IDZ, we have this tax benefit where they pay only 15% tax for the next 10 years, and that was also a big attraction to them.
And how will this change the city of Umhlatuze?
We are hoping that this will build Umhlatuze, and especially Richards Bay, has always been known as an industrial town. And we're hoping that this will now bring it to the new level where there is more high-tech investment, and we start to see high-value jobs being created in Umhlatuze.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.